done to control spending in New Mexico?
To control spending, well, I think it's transparency. A lot of the budget that we have going, we don't even know how it's being spent. We just see numbers, but people don't know anything. Transparency, especially right now in the world of technology, I think you should be able to see it in real time, what's happening to every dollar, your tax dollar. But my plan is to make you so prosperous and not tax you, because I still believe taxation is theft. I believe taxation without representation is still wrong. But right now you're seeing the IRS, 87,000 agents are being armed. As a governor, I want to be able to pull that out of our state using the 10th Amendment, where the IRS doesn't play a part in our lives any longer, where we can actually function as a full-blown state. We have a constitution, then why are we involved in the government and the IRS when the federal government is not spending to help us, but is spending to uprise against us? So we need the 10th Amendment to push back the IRS, and they're crazy, they're arming them. It's going to be taxation at gunpoint if we are not careful. We have to stand up, and you have to have a governor that's tough enough to do it. And I don't see Ron Kelly standing up to anybody. He's going to try to smile them into place. It's not going to work. You have to parent them to make sure that the federal overreach doesn't come and injure us again and again. As a Native American, I will tell you this. They will come. Pretty soon they'll give you boxed food, and you can't even pick what you want to eat. That is when you know your reservation is complete.
How do we start to solve the massive substance addiction problem in New Mexico?
The first thing would be to get our economy under control. I can tell you this from experience because I come from an Indian country where socialism is rampant. And socialism actually births poverty. And the byproducts of poverty are stress. High stress, livelihood stress that drives people to use because they need a check out. It's too much. They drink, they do drugs, they gamble, domestic violence creeps in, and it's a huge cycle and it feeds into crime. Poverty is the reason. We need to make sure that we alleviate the poverty by allowing people and helping them to become self-reliant and independent, not on the system so much. If you need it, I understand it. But if you want to become a business owner and you have an American dream and you want to own something, you want to bake pizza, you want to own a seamstress shop, you want to be a baker, you should be able to do that very easily. That's what I want for New Mexico. I want 11 to 14% of our New Mexicans to become business owners or entrepreneurs and hire 1 to 2 New Mexicans. Then we can wipe out the poverty rate. We can literally do this if we inspire the people to stand up and become self-resilient. When you talk to a drug addict or an alcoholic on the street, go out there, Albuquerque, go out there to Tent City, ask them, why are you here? A lot of them just say, we just need a fair shot. We are judged. They're not giving us enough. All those programs for us are never enough. It still puts us on the street. We don't have housing, but then all the trauma that we also were inflicted, we don't know how to deal with it. So then it becomes medical again. So we have to be able to provide them an avenue to express the trauma that they have been through and begin the healing process. Now, alcohol and drug abuse is huge, and now I know drugs are being pumped into New Mexico. We have a package for that. We know how to do this, and it's going to be a unification of law enforcement and also people looking and being able to express, yes, there's drugs in my community. And this is one of the biggest things that we unravel with the youth, how the drug trade has actually entered our school systems. They are going to school to get high. We all know this. And we figured it out using other students across New Mexico. We asked them, how does it work? And they told us, and if you go to my last video, we'll start to express. The last debate, what debate was this one? Albuquerque, and I talked about it. So go to the Albuquerque debate. We talked about how the drugs is moving through the schools. That's why we're 51st. Yes, we're not 49 MLG. You need to get your stats right. We're 51st, and I believe Guam or Puerto Rico's beating us now. We are so bad that we don't even come close to even moving up. And she's so happy about moving up to 49%, which is actually a lie. And the fact that she's happy, it's one step. Makes you very, very, very worried. But the drugs and alcohol abuse and use is in every age demographic. and it's moving across New Mexico, and we see it. We see meth, we see cocaine, we see acid, we see carts, they call them, we see marijuana, and all of this, and people say, well, marijuana is the gateway to drugs. No, it's trauma. And that is what we have to understand. Trauma is the gateway to possibly everything criminal. When you literally sit down with these people and you ask them what happened to your life, it'll go back to something that happened to them and it was very traumatic. PTSD, and these are the things we need to look at and literally talk about instead of just throwing money at it. So we're here to actually impact the drug use by giving the education to the people and also helping them understand that, you know what, there is hope. We can provide that for you, because if you get off of it and you become self-reliant and independent, you can start a business, you can chase that American dream. When you give the taste of freedom to somebody like that, they can come out of nothing. They can come out of pure hell to become someone that's so loving, because now they have found God later on. And it's amazing, and with hundreds of stories out there. So we know exactly what to do with this drug situation.
All right, well, thank you for showing up. I know that you're putting in a lot of hard work in your campaign, unlike some of the other candidates, and I pray that God will help bless you in that. And thank you everyone here for showing up. We really appreciate it. The great debate is being held all over New Mexico, and you guys can, go along with them and see what's going on there. And yeah, we'll hope to see you guys all there.
Thank you. Thank you.